every blessing that I have had in my life and everything I still have is because of the people who are hearing this video. And the ones that aren't able to be hearing this video, well, they too have brought me here. And it's amazing when I think about how much I've accomplished, but I can't say I've accomplished it alone. Well, I'm proud that I challenged myself to go through the fears of working in so many situations where I was just pulling on a strength that came outside of me. And so often working with people with AIDS who were obviously just the subject challenged me at a time when it wasn't just a disease, it was a death sentence. And developing an expertise with with how to die,
Yeah.
dignity, how to live with hope, but to be clear with myself that I was facing down a death. Well, that
With these people with
Yes.
HIV and AIDS, yeah.
people I loved, people who I worked with, people who were friends of mine, strangers who came to know if they had the virus.
Mhm.
That is how it started, with giving results. I jumped at it. I jumped at it because it was calling me.
Right.
It wasn't really about hours, it was what an opportunity. And
How many test results do you think you gave over the time you worked?
negative and positive,
Yeah.
20,000. What I wasn't aware of, that it took me way longer to learn, was that I was getting depressed myself.
Mhm.
Working with HIV and AIDS, and in every aspect, starting with testing, but in my practice, in the jobs that I had, in terms of working directly with the patients, going to Mexico to learn Spanish, and then to be able to work directly in doing therapy in Spanish. It was all based on wanting to help, but at none of these points did I realize that I was doing a wonderful job helping others, but I was neglecting myself big time. And at that time, I was in a big, deep, dark hole of depression. And that depression finally led to a point where I was able to reach out, and I knew I could work again. And I was able to take another job, working with children with special needs. Adam Chidikel, I hope you get to hear this, and I just want you to know that you were an angel for me so many times, helping me. I know right now that you hearing that would say it wasn't such a big job. You guided me through a lot without knowing it. Everything has sort of gone through a series of people who have helped me. Working with children with special needs was an opportunity, obviously, to heal my own self, but to help them. And I took to that with just gusto. I had patients who weren't dying, who weren't fatal, but just needed attention, needed to have this. And I loved it. I had staff that fell into my lap that I didn't have to train, but the group that came together with me, I still cherish them. And Padma, you know, I love you very, very much. And we made a mural.
Yeah.
We had kids with special needs. I know that was the best thing I did there. Trying to finish the painting, though, on the day that we had arranged for everything, for the media to be there, we all jumped in to get those spots that weren't painted. Well, she was a beautiful little girl, but when I saw her painting the fish with a big
Dolphin, right?
a dolphin, yes.
Right.
And I said, it doesn't have a smile.
The dolphin doesn't have a
Doesn't have a
face.
face. She said, "There's your face," and she painted.
She painted the big googly eyes and the smile of the dolphin.
God bless her. You know,
take your face.
Love those children. And gosh, you must be grown now. So
Yeah, it was 7 years ago, 7 years ago.
lovely, lovely. I have not missed anything. I see this opportunity as a wonderful way to actually speak to you, but in my life, there is nothing that I've missed. I don't come to death with any regret at all. Still love, and I feel blessed to be able to do what I'm doing right now. It could have gone different. Okay, so back in the day, we got word that there's a little club opening up, and that club was called Club Louie. We hopped in the car and went downtown to Jefferson, and got smoothly got in there. We're dancing around, and someone pointed out that there were celebrities. Look out for celebrities in this club. And at one point I was dancing with what turned out to be Madonna's dancers. I remember, what's her name? I can't remember. But there she was, Madonna dancing. So I went up to her. She's talking to some guy. I said, "Excuse me." Turns out it was Warren Beatty. So I interrupted Warren Beatty and Madonna, and all I could come up with was, "So Madonna, what do you think of these clubs compared to the ones in New York?" And she snapped and said, "What am I, an expert?" And I said, "Thank you, Madonna," because I was snapped off by Madonna, one of my highlights. Got it out.
What are one of the happiest times that you've had with your friends?
Oh, when we were all together in the bars, owning the bars. When we'd walk in, and there would be a room, a line around the street, and we'd walk right up to the front and all go in. That was great. You felt like royalty, and we were. We were all queens.
What do you mean you were all queens?
Queen bees. And it was good. It was really good for a long time. And like all good things, they had to come to an end. But I try to remember the good times. I think I was a therapist before I was a therapist.
I think so too.
Yeah. I remember being a therapist before I learned what it was about. If you're viewing this, I'm not alive. But I'm saying this before I die so that I can express how much I love you, always loved you, and will continue, if possible, loving you. And I know it's ditto. I view this as a blessing to be able to say to my family, to my mom, my dad, my cousin, my aunts and uncles and everyone, that I wouldn't be who I am without you all. To all of my friends, those who have helped me and stood up for me, guided me, who taught me, I'm so glad and that I was fortunate enough to know you, love you, and learn from you. You've all helped me so much, and I know I've helped you as well. I want to say I appreciate everyone. I appreciate everyone. And I love you.
Yeah, go.
Got it, baby.
Some people say you're sick.
I might die any minute.
Okay, he's gonna get tired too.